I just got back from my second ever solo car camping trip and I am hooked. Well, welcome to Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so and select the bell for notifications. And I want to quickly thank all of my channel members for supporting me. You guys, thank you so much for making it possible to do videos like this. And if you're interested in joining, just click that button right next to the subscribe button on my homepage. Today's video is all about my car camping journey. So this intro might be a little long, so if you kind of don't want to have any idea as to why I'm doing this, I will put the timestamp on the screen for you. So why am I car camping? Well, I grew up camping and I absolutely loved it. My family did it kind of often. It was very affordable for our family of 5. I know that's not a huge family, but it was just a great way for us to get out for vacation without breaking the bank. And I really enjoy the outdoors. I've always really liked being outside. Even when I was little, if my friends in the neighborhood couldn't come out and play, I would go play outside by myself, make mud pies, climb up in the trees. I just love being outside, so it's always worked for me. And then I was also a campfire girl all the way through the 12th grade. I received my Wahilo medallion, which is equivalent to an Eagle Scout and Boy Scouts, but in campfire. And I would camp every year also in campfire. We had like a fall retreat and we were in cabins, but we were out in the middle of nowhere, literally. There weren't any bathrooms in the cabin. You had to walk out to a place to go to the bathroom. And at night, in the middle of the night, that was a whole thing. But yeah, I was used to and loved being around a campfire, the smell of a campfire, the walking around at night to go walk to the gravesite and back with your flashlights or the graveyard, walk for there and back with your flashlights with a group of you in the nighttime. It was just a great thing. And so I really missed it. I was also in the military, but I never stayed in a tent in the military. It was always in some sort of barracks. So it wasn't quite the same as when I went camping with my parents in a tent, out at a real campsite. So I missed that. And my husband was also in the military and did spend time out in the desert in tents. And he said he was not interested in doing that anymore. I love my dear, dear husband and I miss him. He passed away almost 2 years ago. So it's a way for me to also think about him and reflect and be out in nature and just, get away. I also have recently, at 56, been diagnosed with osteoporosis, which I was really upset about, but God does what he does, and everything has a purpose. And maybe part of that was for me to share my journey with other people. And so because of that, I'm going to be on a medication now for a year. It was a different medication with a daily injection for 2 years, which was really disappointing, but that didn't work out for me. It kind of made me crazy. And so I am getting ready to start a new medication that's once a month in the doctor's office for a year, but I am at a high risk for fracture. And because of that, I don't want to travel anywhere really far. Anywhere past an hour from my house is what I've decided, because if something were to happen and I were to have some sort of major surgery, I want my support network to be able to come see me and be there for me. I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere or in some city that I had to stop in some flight or, on a train and we can't get close to a place till we get to the next stop, all those kind of things. I don't want to be dealing with that. I had a niece recently who had to have surgery while she was visiting someone in another state, and she was not able to go home until she could fly again. And so she spent weeks there, and I just don't want to have to go through that. So praise God that everything worked out for her. So I want to get away from my house though, and within this year. And I thought, camping. I miss camping, and this is an opportunity for me to do it. So, but because my body is kind of broken down now, in addition to that, I have polyarthritis. I have arthritis all over my body, but I've always been an athletic, active person, adventurous person. And so I don't let that stop me. I just know I have certain limitations. And so I thought, okay, I won't do a tent, but if I do a tent, I'll need an air mattress. But I thought, my car, I've been watching people on YouTube do vans and cars. And I was like, I can do this. I want to do this. And so that is why I am camping. So the very first time that I camped in my car, because it's technically the second one, is I just did it in a parking lot at my daughter's apartment because I wanted to be somewhere where if I forgot anything or I needed something, I could just run up to the apartment. I didn't know whether or not I would be kind of nervous or scared because anytime I've camped in the past, whether it was with my family in campfire or in a barracks with the military, I was in the Navy, by the way. Camp Gruber, does anybody know about Camp Gruber? I was never by myself, and so I wanted to see if I would feel uncomfortable, and I felt totally comfortable. So I did that, and then but again, that was in the city in a parking lot. And so I still am not quite ready to go someplace that's really, really remote all by myself. So I decided to ask one of my friends who lives in a very rural area where it's completely dark at night. And like I couldn't find their house probably if I tried to drive there at night. So they said yes, her whole family said yes, that I could camp on their land where they have a home as well. And so I would be out in nature, but also be safe. And so I did that last night and it was so fun. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. All right, so let's get to it. So I just set up my car for the trip. I have a 2024 Toyota Corolla hatchback, which is not a big car, right? I think if I were any taller, I would have to take out the seat, the front passenger seat, which I didn't want to do. Put some Dollar Tree lights in here. I got 2 sets to go around both sides, but one set really works really well to brighten up the space. And they're just, require 2 AA batteries. I have a blanket here on the top, and then at the very bottom, I have 2 yoga mats. And then on top of that, I have a 4-inch pad. I was trying to get to it here. I don't think I ever did get to it, but a 4-inch memory foam pad. And then I have a fitted sheet and a regular sheet on there. And then on top of that, I have a blanket, that pink and black blanket, and then of course the white blanket that you saw earlier. And that is fairly comfortable, but I'll show you what else I added to it because it wasn't enough just like that for my lower back, which I have a lot of problems with if I don't have everything set up like I'd like to at home for comfort. So I had some leftover memory foam from a totally different project in my house, and I decided to use that to give me some extra comfort in my lower back. And so I just folded that over, and that wound up giving me 8 additional inches of memory foam. And I just put it in a pillowcase and tied a ponytail holder to the end of that. And also where it sits, there's still plenty of room for me to put other things. So whenever I need to pull up that seat for my grandson to be in his car seat, I still have plenty of room behind it to move things that are behind that car seat, and etc., to put in that space. And then I have from Dollar Tree, I have this little broom set and dustpan set that works perfectly to just sweep out rocks and stuff like that. And I use one of those Dollar Tree hooks to hold it permanently in case it doesn't stick together one day. I have my charging cables back there, and this is a little Dollar Tree lantern, and you'll see how I use all this up when I'm set up at the camp. But I like this. It takes batteries, unfortunately, but you can adjust the brightness really well. And anything that I'm using right now that has batteries, I'm going to eventually replace with USB where you can recharge it and so forth. So I can just hook that anywhere, which I did definitely, and you'll see that as I use it for the campsite. And then another YouTuber that I follow recommended having some Ziploc bags, so I just went ahead and got some of those. And then back there are just the manuals for my car. And for pillows right now, I have 4 pillow shams. 2 of them are filled with clothes. And then I got also from Goodwill this little trash can that was like 99 cents. It fits perfectly there. And then this collapsible stool I got, I think from Dollar Tree for a few bucks, and it helps me get into the back of the car. I just need that, y'all. And then I have a USB clip-on fan that I bought from Amazon. And then on the other side of my tire area, I have a toolbox with every possible tool I might need while I'm away from home. And then next to my pillow area is a little cooler intended to put all of my cold things in while I'm away. And it's the perfect size to fit right next to there. And then behind and underneath my pillow area is a little carry-on case that eventually I will use when I start buying electronics to cook in when I'm away. But I'm waiting on my Jackery 300 that I just ordered. And then past that is where I've got basically my cleaning supplies in a little bag back there. And then behind the cooler, I have just a pillow to kind of help fill in that area. But then next to that is this little bag that has all of my kitchen utensils and cups and plate and all of that. I did a short, so I will link that in the description below for you guys so that you can see what's in there. And then underneath my kitchen utensil bag is some additional water, a big water jug, but I will be bringing 4 different metal water bottles as well. And then under there or behind there, I have a bigger cooler, which I intend to use for a lot of dry goods whenever I have them. I also have a collapsible pan that I can use to wash dishes, but I also have a spray bottle with some vinegar. And then behind that, I found the cutest little strainer at Dollar Tree. I think it's adorable. I'll be utilizing all the cup holders for all the water bottles. And then I ordered these from Amazon. They're these awesome mesh window covers for the rear windows. All of my windows are tinted as dark as are allowed by law, and then they also add additional darkness, so it's amazing. From outside you really cannot see inside of here. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to head out to the campsite. I am going to check in with them at their house, find out exactly where they want me to park on their property. So let's go, you guys. I'm so excited. Oh, you guys are so pretty. I love the sound of your voices. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a white turkey before. You coming along, sweetie? You gonna let me pet you now? Oh, look at that. Oh, Ruth, don't bite me. You can't eat my hand. What are you guys yapping about? You mad because the attention's not on you now? My friends' boys were excited about me camping out here on their property, and they decided to camp too. So they've got their pop-up tent right here and their chairs. How fun is that? So here's how my little car camper looks. Put my lights on. I still need to cover that one window back there on the right. So it has been an awesome day and night so far. I'm just kind of getting snuggled up in here. I have had a wonderful time around the property with the kids, especially the 2 youngest boys. We had a wonderful fire that smelled amazing. I miss that. I miss having campfires when I was a campfire girl. I miss that so much. That smell brought so many memories. But yeah, I got to see so many stars. It's crazy. The fact that you can't see them because all of the, I guess you would call it, light pollution in the city, but it was wonderful to see all those stars, and I'm just so at peace. I mean, I really intended to mostly spend time to myself when I came out here, but God has blessed me so much to have such a wonderful time with those boys. They were so excited to show me everything, and I was excited to hear their excitement, and I was excited about the animals and about the stars and about the fire. It was such a blessing. You know, God gives us what we need. Sometimes we think we need one thing, but we need something else. And so I was really, really grateful for that. So I'm trying to decide right now what I want to do first. If I want to go ahead and change into my PJs, it's going to be 50 degrees tonight. And so I want to make sure I'm warm. It's really comfortable in this car right now. So, but it's probably in the 60s and it's going to drop quite a bit. So I'm either going to change into my PJs first and then read. I want to do some reading, or I'm going to read and then change into my PJs. All right, you guys, I will see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. I woke up at 5:04. It is probably about 5:30ish now. That's up okay. I mean, it's like clearly cold outside, but I had plenty of cover. I mean, I was pretty comfortable. I mean, not as comfortable as I would like, so I know I'm gonna make some changes. But I felt it was pretty cool to sleep out here. And I went to bed about 10:30. I used my little car potty for, to number one, and that worked out. It was a little tricky to figure out how to position myself in the driver's seat to do that. But once I figured it out, that was cool. So that worked. And, but it is 49 degrees outside. Actually, no, a little bit lower than that, I think. I knew it was going to be about 50, so that's pretty much the same. But I thought I packed some leggings and I didn't. So, I don't know. I'll have to probably wear the pants I wore yesterday to step out here this morning. And I don't know if I'm going to just hang out here a little bit longer because sunrise is in about, I mean, there's daylight, but it's still pretty dark outside. So see if I'm going to whip up some or eat my breakfast that I brought this morning. And I don't know, I was thinking about sitting out there and doing some reading and doing my Bible reading. And I started my prayers already this morning. Before I was going to do my Bible reading and do some journaling, but I don't know, it's going to be kind of cold to do that without some leggings. So we'll see what I'm going to do. So it's time for me to pack up, and as I do that, my friend's husband and boys are making a campfire meal, which is really, really awesome. And it was great because it encouraged them, because they said they hadn't done anything like that in a long time, and they were happy that I came so that they could participate in some way. So that was really awesome. So I'm just folding up my table, and I'm realizing right now that I didn't show you guys everything I used to black out all of the windows and everything, or really anything that I had in the front seat, but I will show you guys that in another video. But you can see here that I do have some window shades, and I have some other things that I did and made. I even didn't show you what I packed in my little pink bag that's in the front, but we'll do that in a future video. All right, so I am back home now. I need to take a shower and all that good stuff. I did not do that there, although they did invite me to do that if I wanted to. The crazy thing is I had the opportunity to really see a beautiful sunset, which I can see them from here as well, but it would be nice to see it out there. But I forgot to even look for it until there was barely any left. And then I didn't think, even though I woke up at 5 in the morning, was doing my morning prayers, etc., in the car with everything closed up, and didn't even think, oh, I could go and see the sunrise. So I'll make sure I put that on my list as a reminder for next time. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it will encourage someone else to go camp, or whether it's in your car or a tent or what have you, even with your limitations, see what you can do. So hopefully I encourage some of you guys. Please take care of your bodies, regardless whether you're super healthy or not. We only have one. Please take care of your spirit, seeking first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. All right, you guys, please continue to pray for me, and I'll continue to pray for you. And until next time, happy journaling.